Hi folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box, Mind, Body, Spirit, Fitness. Put in the healing, back in health. Coming at you today with a video on the difficulties of living a secular life, I would say, or a societal life, right? And first, let me say it, visit the website, check out the free downloads, free gifts button, setting goals, nutrition, supplementation. Podcast True Results 303, Facebook True Results 303, Twitter. I was going to change it True Results 303. I got sidetracked. But Google Plus True Results 303. But first, I think the difficulties with living in a secular society, because if you're Christian, especially Catholic, our views haven't changed that much over the course of from Jesus' time to now, right? The church has been pretty strict. We're still anti-abortion, anti-contraception, pro-male and female marriages and things like that. So we don't really change. The Catholic Church is normally the same. Now, some of the other Christian denominations will change, and for some people, they think this is a downfall. It's you need to get with the times, right? The secular world or just the world in general, society. And of course, as Christians, we go by, you need to be in the world, not of the world. So as the world changes and we see this progression, we got to understand as well, sometimes not all progression is good, right? That'd be like the equivalent of the more I drink, the more tolerant I am and the more alcohol I can handle. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's not a good thing, right? That means I can consume more alcohol, I can put more poison in my body. That is not a good thing. So I came up with this concept off of a rap song, a Christian rap song by Bizzle, and I think this pretty much sums up really well what is wrong with trying to live that social or that secular world view. And this is the difficulty. And he says in that song, he says, "Your definition of real is based on you liking something. That's why what's fake is only fake until your idol does it." Okay, he says, and then I wish I knew it, because then he says something along the lines of, yeah, I know he wore a skirt, but in Europe, that's just cool. You're just mad he's pimping and he's got a lot of women too. Next week, you'll be like, so what? It's his business if he's kissing dudes, switching tunes, because you're just as fake as who you listen to. All right, and there's some more in it. You'd have to listen. The song is Bizzle, the Holy Grail. It's Bizzle and Gemstones. But I think that's the issue of living with that secular world. It's only, then he says something, oh, but when your favorite rapper says you need a platinum chain, that ain't nothing, huh? Right? So the world tells us these things like, oh, if you ain't wearing Versace, if you ain't got those, what's the Kanye shoe, the Yeezus or whatever, those $500 and some shoes, ridiculous. If you ain't got that, if you ain't got this, if you ain't got that, oh, you're lame. You're lame, right? And I think that's the beauty of the Christian faith, is it's stamped there. It's not going to change. It's solid, at least the Christian Catholic faith. But like I said, I think that's the problem with this secular worldview, is it's always going to change, and then eventually you're going to have to become a hypocrite on your own stance. Either that, or that means you got to believe in a lot of things or disagree with a lot of things that you don't agree with. And that's why I think that's the beauty of the Catholic Church. And like I've said before, I'm on CatholicMatch.com, dating website. And there was one chick who put on there, with the strictness of the Catholic Church, you have to do you believe in the Church's teaching on holy orders, the doctrine of Mary, premarital sex, marriage, holy orders, da-da-da-da-da. And there was this girl from out of town, from another state, and I was just checking out her profile. And her profile said, and this is true, if you answered no to any of the teachings of the church, don't bother messaging me, you're not a Catholic. And that's how it goes. If you don't believe in the teachings of the church, you are not a Catholic. And once again, I will always say this, do your own research, because for me, yes, once again, I am a person who does not always follow what the church teaches, but when I did my research and I looked into everything, it makes perfect sense. I agree with it. Now I'm a sinful man and I might stumble and not follow it. But like I said, I think that's the difficulty with the secular lifestyle. It's always going to be changing. We got to understand that change is not always a good thing. Change is not always a good thing. And once you start opening these cans of, like when you say something, sometimes that quote, that saying, oh, now you just opened a can of worms. It's going to start spilling over. And that's what happens when we start to make all these different changes in the secular world, that everything gets crazy and out of control. And then next thing you know, it's like, how did we get here? This is crazy. The world is a crazy place. What have we done? And what can you do to reverse it? And sometimes when you let it go that far, by letting this law in, that law in, or believing in this, believing in that, be accepting of this, accepting of that, sometimes there is that point of no return, right? It's like when I bench press. When I come down, right, we all know that sticking point is right at 90 degrees, right there trying to get back up. Same thing with the squat. Right when you're about to get back to that top, that's that sticking point. Once I get here, that's the point of no return. Once the bar goes lower than halfway, that's the point of no return. Either I got to get that bar up, or that bar's on my chest, or somebody better be there to help me. And I think that's what it is with this secular world and its views and living that lifestyle. You've got to understand that eventually there's a point of no return. And you've got to understand that there is a fine line. And you don't want to cross it, all right? So I hope that helps. Once again, Facebook, podcast, Google+, Twitter, join the community. Let's make this I, this me, a we. Comment in the box. What do you think? Subscribe to the channel. Share and like these videos.